Hi guys, welcome back to the 9010 channel. I'm Hills, this is Drew. If you saw our previous video, we've just been in Singapore. Then we headed over to Johor Bahru, Malaysia. And we've just finished up in Johor Bahru, so we wanted to give you a quick recap of what we got into there.
Yeah, so just in the 4 days we're in JB, which is easier to say. I called it Star Wars for the first couple of weeks because I couldn't say the name. It sounded like a Star Wars character. Anyway, so we're there for 4 days. Typically, we work full-time as well. We've got our own business. We're not trying to promote that, but just to recognise when we spend 4 days in places, we fit in our work time as well. So if it seems like it's really lame that we're only doing a certain amount of things, well, we're just trying to live our life. And
yeah, this isn't a vacation for
yeah,
us.
that's the thing.
We're living and working and trying to figure that out.
Yeah, every place we go, we live at. That's awesome. We're not actually just holidaying at every place. So we want to experience things. We want to get amongst the place. We smell, feel, and be a part of it. So that's the exciting part. So we do a lot of walking because it's the easiest way for us to get to see places and also understand where we are, because it's so easy to get lost when you look at a map how big some of these places are. So walking around gives us a good grounding of how to find our way home.
Yeah, and that's a lot of what we did in JB. That's a lot of what we did in JB was walk around. We got used to the malls in the area and the supermarket and just around the restaurants in the town in general, and just getting used to a whole new culture and how to use cash and get cash out and all those good things. So we did a lot of walking, and then it was really nice on the Sunday while we were there. Thankfully we were there on a Sunday. We got to go to church.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was probably the highlight for the day.
Yeah, it was the highlight for us. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
So we went to Calvary Church in JB, and the people there were just amazing. It felt at home. As soon as worship started, we just really felt at home, and we were just really blessed to be there.
Yeah, some great people, great times, great memories, and future contacts, which is what this is all about.
Yeah, we really built some relationships there, and one of the relationships we built was actually a guy named Luke that he had showed up 2 days ago as well from the States. I think it was, sorry Luke if we butchered this, I think it was Oklahoma or Indiana, but he had just sold everything and moved as well, so he had a really cool story, and we were really blessed to get to know him. So definitely a highlight of JB for us. So one thing that we did spend money on is through our hotel, they had a really reasonable shuttle bus option to get to the airport. So it was way too far for us to walk. It was about maybe a 40-minute drive.
Oh, at least a 40-minute drive, yeah.
That was really nice that it wasn't too expensive for us to get from our hotel to the airport, and then we got to have like kind of a drive around a different area we wouldn't have seen before 100%. If we didn't take that shuttle. So that's something else we did while we were there. Some of the challenges while we were there, I would say was the language barrier.
Yeah, that's super huge. Language barrier is something which you can't grasp how difficult it is until you can't order a coffee. Yeah,
Malay was just completely foreign to us. We had to order probably like 4 or 5 coffees till we had any idea of how to order a coffee, and then we still didn't get it right after that.
Yeah, so because Singapore was different, so we were only there for 24 hours, so we had to try and get our way there, then to turn up in Malaysia 24 hours later to another language, and so it was really...
It's a bit overwhelming.
It is, and everywhere you go it's a little different because it's quite multicultural.
Yeah.
The whole Malaysia is split into so many different cultures as well, and because their independence from all sorts of things it was Independence Day, I think, just recently over here. And so we've got a huge Chinese collective group, there's Malays, there's Japanese, I'd hate to upset any other groups. Yeah, Indonesian. There is so much of a cultural mix here, and they've got this way they speak. So we have accents. You go over the States and you've got a different accent from state to state nearly. Yeah. Aussie's the same. Up north it's much different to down south, and so it's such a vast accent challenge. So anyway, it's been awesome, but that was one of the challenges. I suppose another challenge I think is us travelling from colder climates to warm climates to cold climates.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't feel our best once we were in JB. We started feeling a little bit,
Yeah, we ended up actually getting sick in JB. Yeah. I got sick first, and then Drew kind of caught it.
She passed it on. So I was fine. I was fine until you got sick.
But thankfully it was kind of a 24-hour flu type deal. It didn't kick around for too long,
No,
which was good.
Surprising, so quickly
we were
recovered.
really blessed by that we weren't sick for very long. So we also, in this recap video, just wanted to give you a budget update. Obviously, being the 90-10 project, and a big reason why we're doing this travel series right now is we're trying to figure out ways that we can live for cheaper. We can reduce our living expenses in an effort to have the freedom to be more generous, to increase our generosity efforts. To give you a recap of how that's going, we wanted to just take you through line by line our budget, our living expenses while we're here in JB. Okay, so jumping into our food budget, in total, as we spent $84.66 over the 4 days that we were there in JB. Now $16.49 of that, $16.49 was on Grab food, and the other $68.17 was on groceries and eating out. We did primarily eat out while we were there. I think we only picked up a couple snacks from the grocery store. And then when I say Grab, that $16.49 is just like Uber Eats if you're in the States or in Australia, New Zealand. So while I was sick, we ordered a couple meals from Grab. Because we walk everywhere, I didn't really feel up to walking and going and getting some food, so we just ordered in.
Yeah, and the accommodation we had, we thought it was really central, but it was still probably a 10-minute walk to the closest area of food. So for us, that was to go out 10 minutes and come back with food. Grab was a great option.
Yeah, and it was really affordable. The delivery fee was like 70 cents. So it was ridiculous.
So we didn't take up any activities or real touristy things whilst we were in JB. So we didn't spend anything on that. So we're not saying we saved money, it's just we didn't spend it. It's as simple as that. We walked a lot. We're starting a journey, so for us, it's getting our feet. And since we did get a little bit unwell as well, we had to spend some money at the local pharmacy just for some products like the headache stuff and things like that, and some hydrating products to help us feel a little better. So things like that. So we spent $11.85 on that for the entire time we were there. And so that was just for the health products. And other than that, we had nothing on activities. So realistically, the only other cost other than that would be the accommodation.
Yeah, and for our accommodation, before we started this journey, we saved money on accommodation by buying hotel points, and we get special benefits because of that. So after we used our points and cashed those in, the total cash value that we ended up spending for the 4 days that we were in Johor Bahru was $198.31. This also included, there was a couple of taxes for that certain area and like a tourism fee at that hotel. And then they also like bundled our airport shuttle in there. So we didn't have any other transport costs in this location, but our airport shuttle was part of that accommodation total. So all in all, again, just a quick recap, we spent $84.66 on food and drinks while we were there. We spent $198.31 on accommodation. We spent $0 on activities, $0 on any additional transport, and $11.85 on health pharmacy items. So our total for our 4 days in Johor Bahru was $294.82. And that breaks down to $73.70 per day. So overall, we're in budget. We're super happy with the amount we spent in Johor Bahru, and we felt like it was all really reasonable, especially considering we ate out almost every meal.
Yeah, and look, our office was paid for as well in that. All our
office, gym,
Wi-Fi, goodness, everything else comes with that. So for us, our business expenses are going down. And so when we look at all that, that gives us an opportunity to be more generous.
Yeah, and that's what we're here. We are here at the 90-10 Project, promoting extreme generosity through our budget and time management. So if you guys like this type of video, please give it a like, shoot us a comment below. If you haven't already, if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, that really, really supports our channel and helps us out. And we will see you in our next location.
Hey, thanks, team.
Thanks. Bye.